All right, so the first game we have up is we're going to go to the NFC. It's the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Obviously, the Seahawks need to win this game to get into that seventh seed. Um, they also going to need the Packers to lose to the Bears, which might be a stretch. But we'll start with the Seahawks. Does anybody have that spread? Let's see.
Yeah, they have the
Um,
spread right now going for -3 for Seattle. I mean, yeah, Seattle, and then +3 for Cardinals.
Mm.
okay, okay. So Joey, since you're already talking, I'm gonna ask you how you feel about that game, as far as the spread. Who would you take with the spread in that game?
I'll go Cardinals after last night, seeing him stepping in the quarterback. I think that them being the bigger underdog, why not just make it harder for the Seahawks? I mean, knowing the Seahawks are really good too, and they're itching for it. Um, I can see it being like a close game by 7 points. You know, that's my prediction. I think that they're going to come off in the first half. You know, they're running back, the running game. I've noticed
Yeah,
after yesterday that running
yeah,
game turned up, was eating
James
up.
Conner.
Yeah, Carter was just
yeah. Our
going through the
Cowboys are running
line.
back.
So I could say, and we all played the Seahawks, and I could just going back and realizing some of the games. The only way you could beat a good defense is a good, strong running game. I think Arizona is having that strong running game right now, coming at the end of the season. Hey, I could see them possibly doing a win and
Eliminating
eliminating the
Seattle.
Seahawks. So that's
Gotcha,
my prediction.
gotcha. Anybody else feel any different in regards to that game?
No, I agree with Joey on that one. I think Seattle's headed downstream and Arizona is headed upstream a little bit. They got a little momentum.
Gotcha. And we all got the Packers beating the Bears, and they playing in Chicago.
Ah,
Let's see if they
I go
play in
Packers.
Chicago.
they
I go
they
Packers.
play. You know what?
Yep.
I like Chicago.
No, no, they're playing in Green Bay. Sorry about that.
I like Chicago.
You got to write this down somewhere next week so we keep all these picks for next week, man.
Right, man, down. All right, man, down.
You write them down. All right, cool.
So you said you like Chicago on the
Yes,
road.
yes,
All
I
right.
do.
The line
We
is
we,
3.
we all going
Green
Cardinals.
Bay
We all
minus
going
3.
Cardinals. You going Cardinals
Uh,
too?
yes, I'm going Cardinals as well. Yes, I'm
I'm
going
saying
definitely
that.
Cardinals. Yeah, I think they'll eliminate them as far as just saying at the run game. I got the Packers in this one, as far as and I'll take the points. I think Jordan Love, he's definitely gonna show that he's the better quarterback than Justin Fields.
Yep.
He's gonna lead his team on the home at home. They're gonna lose that game, so I can definitely see the Cowboys facing the Green Bay Packers on that wild card week.
I could definitely see that too. I mean, Love is just stepping up. I mean, I think he finally made a switch. All the experience with Aaron Rodgers and applying it on the field. I mean, of course
Yeah, he's
a
definitely stepped up.
oh yeah. I mean, he's learned from a lot of mistakes. He's averaging more 30 touchdown in his season. Of course, 11 interception, but that makes what doesn't make you weaker, it makes you stronger, and he's using that to advantage. And he's going to be an upset going into the playoffs. That's what I think about it. And why not a good rival game against the Chicago Bears to see them lose at
Yeah,
home court?
yeah.
I mean, I, I
Gotcha.
living in Wisconsin, I
Yeah.
can tell you one thing: we love our cheese and we love our Packers. I know that for a fact.
So what happened to you?
I'm a big Reggie White fan. I love Reggie White. When he first
Oh,
got drafted with the
oh
Philadelphia,
yeah,
and he
gotcha.
got traded with the Packers and the big
Mhm.
era with Brett Favre. Man, I was young, love Reggie White. One of my biggest
Gotcha,
to today. And after he
gotcha.
passed, RIP, I went back to the Birds, and from there I just been rocking it. Do the McMahon year, do Michael Vick, oh my God, the Chip Kelly.
All right, that's
era.
enough. We don't want to hear about no KD.
Oh God, that guy right there was. Everyone's talking about it. Like, who was the worst court? What was the worst coach? And I just said, like,
Chip Kelly.
Chip, that boy.
This man about to go down the whole history of the Eagles. We don't want to hear that, man.
I'll just say about going back to your question. Packers are gonna do it. Packers.
Yeah. All right, no doubt. All right, so let's move to the NFC South. So obviously the Bucks are currently in that fourth seed. They have the Panthers. The Saints and Atlanta are both also in contention also for that division title. The Saints obviously the Panthers to beat the Bucks, and then the Saints have to beat Atlanta. And so in regards to that, the Atlanta also needs the Bucks to lose as well. So we'll start with the Saints in Atlanta. How you see that one going, Reg?
Let me see. Pull up where they playing at.
And the Saints beat the Bucks last night.
Playing New Orleans. I'm going with New Orleans.
They playing the NO?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
New Orleans. I like New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Saints is currently what 3.5 favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about that? What about that? Bucks and Panthers. Anybody got the Panthers pulling up an upset?
Oh man, I mean they got a +5 for the Panthers. I mean, I see I see. Yeah,
got a good
You take it.
this week. Then they own the throwing on fans. They all hey, they ain't in Cancun. They on some yacht somewhere.
they're playing the second string. That game's gonna be nothing but the second string. They're gonna be playing all the starters already sitting out. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. That's a bad situation in Carolina, man.
Yeah.
You guys seen that one picture? They were playing. Oh man, I forgot who they were playing. I want to say they were playing Atlanta in Carolina, and I guess it was raining at the time, and there was like no one in their stands.
Oh
Yeah.
definitely.
I seen it. And they had the bags over their head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got it. They got to get things right over there. Because the crazy part about the Carolinas is a good football. Region.
Yeah.
They done had some good teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2-3 weeks ago they were only charging $1 for a seat for their stadium.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Yeah,
they're bad.
$1. I was like $1 for a ticket. Wow. I think if I love Cam. Man, if Cam would have won when he went to the Super Bowl and stayed, I think Panthers would have been a good franchise, but there's no one who could really fill his shoes. And Cam Newton was the reason why Panthers really became more of a recognition of the Panthers. After Cam, we just kind of start taking a downfield on that. But
I was never a big Cam guy. I think he's a super freak of athlete. I put him up there with the LeBron Jameses as far as athletes and rare athletes that can do rare things on whatever field they're on. But when he was playing, I never felt he was genuine. When I see them at the press conference, never felt he was genuine in regards to just being himself. I've always felt that he was more of a character in the sense of being just someone that who people want him to project to be, and not saying that's a negative thing, but I do believe if you're a leader of a franchise, leader of an organization, you have to be yourself. I think what you're seeing now from Cam is that he is being himself. And I love this version. I love this version of Cam because this is who I always but this is who I always thought was there. Just being authentic himself. And like I said, there's nothing wrong. I don't think. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being professional and projecting a certain way that you want people to perceive you as, right? Especially in a professional setting, right?
Yeah.
But when you're, like I said, going back, when you're a leader, I think you have to be yourself, because you're accountable to your teammates. You're accountable for everybody in that organization. So that's just my take on Cam, man.
I think Cam was brought like you got to think about Cam might have one of the best football resumes ever. Like besides getting that Super Bowl, he had high school champion, national champion, Heisman, MVP at NFL. Cam got a resume on him. Probably one is like as far as nobody can really say that they did all that besides winning the Super Bowl. Cam, he's been brought up that way for that reason because he's been projected to do that. So that's probably why you've been getting that character the whole time. Because like they've been trying to make him that way his whole life. He's been projected to do so. That's probably why you probably think he's not being himself. But
gotcha. This was his playing days. I was like, yeah, something was off for me. But all right, we're gonna transition from Cam. Hopefully he gets a job somewhere in the NFL again. I do think he should be a backup somewhere at least.
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's over with. He's in the media stuff now. That's over with.
Yeah. He's doing good too.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to transition to the AFC. We mentioned earlier about the Texans taking on the Colts. No, I'm sorry. We mentioned earlier we was talking about the Jags and the Titans. If I remember right, someone had the Titans at home. So with this, I'm talking about the AFC South. So with this one, if the Jags win, they win the title. There's currently a 3-way tie between the Texans and the Jags and the Colts. The Texans and the Colts play each other. This was essentially is an elimination game. So we'll start with the Texans and the Colts. We'll start with you, EP. Any insights in regards to the Texans and Colts on Saturday? This coming Saturday.
Yeah, the Texans will for sure most likely pull that one out. CJ Stroud, he will be the rookie of the year from there. But I think the Texans gonna pull that out. They're playing pretty good. Like they really surprised me this year. But that receiver they have, Decker, is pretty good. So I feel like they'll pull that out. Most likely end up getting that playoff spot. And kind of go from there.
Yeah. How you feel about that, Reddy? You disagree with the Texans, or you with the Texans as well?
I disagree. If the game was in Houston, I would go with them. But it's in Indianapolis, and people sleeping on Indianapolis. Indianapolis done won about five games in a row.
Uh-huh.
So I'm taking Indianapolis at home.
All right, Gardner Minshew.
Y'all remember these picks now.
I write them down, man.
I got it.
You got them down.
What you think, Joey?
Oh, this is going to be a close one. I mean, I always love a good fighting game because it comes down to a kick or it comes down to a good play to win it all. And I think this is going to be one of the games that's going to come down to the last wire. But I know it's going to be in Indianapolis, but looking at like their previous games, they're both coming off a win after a loss. But I go with Houston. I'm a rock with Houston. If the quarterback, as much as determined he is, if he wants to be in the spotlight, he wants that contract even furthermore. He has everything on him, and this goes back to a player. Yeah, as a franchise, everyone's looking at you. Are you going to be the quarterback that you're destined to be stepping in as a filler to take the position and be recognized as a franchise player? I look at it like that. I think
this is his
moment right here. If he comes short, but I'm still gonna. I don't want to say that, but I'm going with Texans. I think and in the spread by 1. So you know that's going to be a
pick 'em
tight
game.
game. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah,
a
pick
tight.
'em game.
Yeah. So
All right. Yeah, I also got the Texans as well. And then also the early Saturday game, we have the Ravens taking on the Steelers. So the Steelers need to win, and then they also need um I'm trying to figure out how they get in. They need to lose, and then they also need the Jags to lose for on their game to get into that 7th spot. So essentially, like I said, the Texans and Lions, they're either playing for the 7th or for the title of the AFC South. Pittsburgh, they win and they just kind of wait. You know, if the Jags lose, they get in. If if the Jags lose, they get in that 7th spot, squeaking in. So they need Steelers need a win. And then again, like I said, they just kind of wait. Anybody thinking they're gonna get it done against probably arrested some players, Ravens team?
So it really won't matter, man. I bet the Ravens probably most likely
Yeah.
arrest.
Yeah, they're gonna arrest their players.
yeah. I think they're going to use their second string. That's going to definitely pull it. I think Ravens still going to be able to win it. I'm going with Ravens on that game. I think the spread is like 3.5.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. Looks like Pittsburgh actually though. Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh because
They
realizing. Well, they're realizing what we're saying that Ravens is probably going to sit probably half their starters.
And if it did mean something, the Steelers beat the Ravens this year too. If that means anything, but
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Yeah, because they're gonna sit their starters,
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson, and they're gonna rest a lot of them guys on the defense. And Pittsburgh is still trying to get in the playoffs, so Pittsburgh gonna play hard. That's what I'm just Vegas. They put them numbers up there for a reason.
Oh yeah. They don't lie. Their numbers do not lie. For a fact.
All right, and the final game we're going to discuss is the Sunday night game. It's the Bills versus the Dolphins, essentially for the AFC East title. Whoever loses gets a wild card. Well, gets a wild card ranking. I believe it's going to be number 6 in the rankings. They'll be behind the Cleveland Browns. So whoever loses this game will be the number 6. Whoever wins will be the number 2.
Oh wow.
Seed. So yeah. So let's see. Right now, Vegas has let's see. Vegas has Buffalo by 3, -3.
Yeah, -3.
Yeah,
Dolphins
this game
3.
is this game is in Miami on a Sunday night.
Ooh.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Buffalo.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Buffalo too.
Miami kind of fraud.
After last night, yeah, they that was a terrible. What was it? 56-13. Like,
Yeah, that probably hurt their confidence a little bit.
oh, and then going against the Bills. I don't. Bills got a defense. I can tell you that for a fact. Bills got a defense, and that quarterback is gonna do the same thing that he's been doing these past couple of days, and he's gonna turn it up. So I think I go with Bills.
Bills. Give me Miami. I always like Tua.
Oh,
Wow. I always like. I think he's a perfect system quarterback. I think he's a guy that's not going to deviate from what he's asked to do, and I think he's super accurate with the ball.
You know that Chubbs is out for the season, and then corner Howe is injured too.
No, that's a good point. I did know that.
Tyreek is kind of injured too.
He probably played since you say he's gonna get the 2,000 and be the MVP.
I mean, hey, I'm playing devil's advocate. Let's be for real, man. I'm just saying.
So he probably definitely can play.
Man.
That's gonna be
You
good.
understand?
That's gonna be a good
You
one.
ain't gotta
That's
get,
gonna be a
ain't
good one.
gotta be a quarterback. That's all